Welcome back, everyone. So we are in Splinter Tree Post. It is the Halloween event, so we're going to trick or treat as much as we can. And we actually got a treat bag, which is cool. Sometimes you get tricked, which is not as cool, in my opinion. And we got a flimsy female dwarf mask. We don't have a headpiece yet, so we can totally wear this. And it looks, without it like hurting our stats, and it looks just wonderful. Seriously, like, man, I want to get a photo of this. Yep, Halloween, folks. That's something. Okay, well, it's horrifying. Yeah, so the Halloween events are pretty cool. I actually would like to go over and do some of these later, but there's actually a couple quests you can pick up outside of Undercity, but I'm not going to do those right now. We'll do them later, probably in a future episode. We've got almost 2 weeks. I think it runs till the end of the month, end of October. So we do have Torix Assault. That's what we did last time. We're going to turn it in here, and we actually will get a one-handed sword that we can't use. I should know this, but I'm 90% sure Shaman cannot use swords at all. But we actually will get is a staff, which 7 intellect, 3 stamina. And it's not even as good as the crescent staff we have, so we're just going to grab it. And I should have read the quest. I apologize. We're just going to vendor that off. Let's go in here real quick and hold on. Let's repair. Let's vendor off everything I'm not going to use immediately. I'm just going to get rid of that. I don't feel like holding on to it. Delicate Feather, Perfect Deviate Scale. I don't think I need to hold these. I've been holding them, but honestly, I looked at the auction house. They're not worth much, unfortunately. So I think it's reasonable to sell them off. Just making a little bit of room here. The rest of the stuff I kind of want to hold on to. Or use. Eventually, this is some quest stuff here, for example. Spongy Morels we can probably get rid of. First aid, I need to go train heavy wool bandages still. And engineering, I'm still at the point where I need to make more coarse blasting powder. Okay, so I'm just kind of refreshing myself here. We're going to do a few quests today, hopefully. So I'm just reading some stuff there. Oh, I'm going to go this way. Wait, is this? Yeah, let's go down here. I do have a new map add-on, by the way, you notice? So nice. So nice. It's kind of annoying because it's kind of overlapping this autobiographer, and I haven't figured out how to move these around yet. Sometimes you can like control. There we go. Control click. That was it. Control left click did it. Oh, hold on a sec. I'm forgetting one thing. I think it's up here. So the quests we're going to work on today are the Warsong Reports, which is a really easy quest. At this point, it's a very easy quest because we have the flight points everywhere. Let's go up here. We're dropping off the report. Let Kadrak know of the success we have had here holding it. Yep, perfect. Alright, and that's now 2 of them. That's a scout. I'm going to go get the Outrider next. The Outrider is to the east of here. Let's make sure I got this going. Okay. Yeah, we're going to head east. And it's not that complicated. But once we go over there... And I think it's northeast. I think it's this one. I was talking about this last episode. I think that's correct. Once we finish that, I'm going to run back down here, go to Kadrak, turn in the quest, and go get Serena Bloodfeather off to the west. We'll turn in the Serena quest. We're going to turn in the Call of Water quest next. Is that right? Maybe. I don't know the order of how I'm going to do things yet, but we're going to keep going with the water quest ultimately. That's what I'm trying to say. Last episode, it was... I forget the name of it. There was a named mob. I'm forgetting the name. Like a bird. I think it was was it a swoop type of bird? What was that? No, it was the lightning serpent mobs. There's our guy. Warsong Outrider. Cool. She's not very far ahead, very far away. I think she can patrol almost all the way to Azshara, by the way. Anyway, much danger lies along this path, Soupa. You'd do best to remember this while traveling in these lands. The threat of the Alliance is quite near, We're faced by enemies on all fronts. The satyrs are a formidable and prevalent force in eastern Ashenvale. I've also discovered that the Naga have taken over a large area of the land of Azshara. Okay. Cool. So, we're done with that quest as soon as we turn it in, which is great. We'll do that on our way out. It's not really a great quest. You just get a little bit of silver, a little bit of experience. It's mostly a way to... get players to grab the flight points at Splinter Tree and Zoram Strand. And then Zoram Outpost, I guess is what it's actually called. And maybe also give them some sense of what's going on in Azshara. That's my understanding of that quest. It's mainly just for that purpose. I'm gonna get wrecked. Really? What a scumbag. Good news is, I don't think hunters are faster than me. If it wasn't 5 levels over me, I'd probably give him a better fight, but I don't really feel like fighting someone that's that many levels above me. Where's my Hearthstone set to? Orgrimmar. I'm almost 100% sure I'm faster. Now, he could cut me off, right? Anyone in eastern parts of the zone able to help? 28 hunter chasing me. Has 5 levels on me. So I can call in some backup. That would be convenient. Who's in the zone? There's a fair amount of people in here. It's actually really annoying because it's taking me way outside of where I need to go. But at this point, I'm almost like, maybe I'll just grab the Azshara flight point. Like, why not? I'm trying to think if there's anything to do to evade him better. He's still recasting Hunter's Mark on me. What annoying. This is why I don't like Night Elves. But yeah, I'm faster than him. I think Hunter's speed is 30% for the, if you didn't have Hunter's Mark on me, I could just, like, go any other direction and go around him. But at this point, I can't do that because Hunter's Mark means you can track him on his minimap easily. So I'm kind of hosed and trying to, like, sneak around him, I mean. And I could have fought him, but I don't know if I have much of a chance. Honestly, like, I wasn't even going to probably able to get very close to him at that point since he got the jump on me, which is super annoying. I'm probably going to die from mobs here. There's a very good chance that can happen. A very, very, very good chance. And I don't actually remember exactly where the Horde... Oh, I do remember the Horde. Yeah, unfortunately, the Lion's flight point is, like, right there. I'm going to die anyway. I'm going to straight up die anyway from this person. A level, presumably 60. It looks like a raid geared. Yes, it's a Draconian Deflector. It's pre-raid best in slot, at least.
What be happening?
So the plan is to somehow duck all of these high-level mobs. I'm fast enough, it's possible. If I were mounted, it'd be a little bit easier, but it's possible I can actually make this work. The plan is, I think I remember the flight point is right around here. It's a neutral mob, that's good. That is an aggressive mob, that's not good. The plan is to try to get the flight point. That thing on the right is definitely going to engage into me, and it's going to wreck me if it hits me. Maybe that guy will give me help. Help me? Nope, I'm super dead. This was a terrible plan. Sometimes you get lucky, and people will help you. So where's the spawn from here? Ooh, that's pretty bad. Oh, it's not that bad. That could be worse. Alright, this is going to be a little bit insane, but at this point I'm kind of committed to just getting the flight point. And I think it's right around here. Now I can corpse hop probably about this far up, And if I corpse up in a good spot, maybe. This is the stupidest detour I've ever done in my life. This is so dumb. It would have been way more efficient to just die. Because I think the res is like, I think the spawn point is like a near Splinter Tree post, like right around here. I'm forgetting now where it's at. But dying by that hunter would not have been that much of a pain. It would have maybe pushed me back 5 minutes max. Instead, I've already ran 5 minutes to the middle of nowhere. Literally left the zone. And have now gotten a 10% durability loss because I died to random mobs. Anyone have coordinates for forward flight point here? I think I know where it's at, but I'm hoping someone can give me the coordinates. That'll help me a lot if someone can at least do that. /who 45 to 60. There we go. There's at least 50 people in the zone. 2249. Okay. Yeah, I pretty much had it right on the dot. Thank you. Now the question is, how do I get over there without getting just wrecked immediately by that mob over there? Where's my corpse? How far up can I go? Okay, about this far. Okay. I'm going to aggro that as soon as I res, for sure. If not, something else. Go, 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 go. That's really bad. I'm going to get... Do I regret this? Maybe. Yeah. I definitely regret this. This was a mistake. I knew I was going to get in trouble. I didn't realize I was going to aggro the satyr over there. Yeah, I knew that Hippogriff was going to aggro on me. I didn't realize I was quite close enough. It's not so bad if the Hippogriffs aggro me, because at least they have to melee me, right? But anything that's ranged is going to just, like, blow me up so fast. Like, I can maybe take one hit from them. They Shadow Bolt. I took 2 Shadow Bolts and the second one killed me, right? So, yeah, it's going to be painful. So I think at most 3 more corpse jumps is what I'm going to need. So probably about 10 more minutes to get up there. It shouldn't be much worse than that. And then what I'll do is, what I'm actually going to do is just fly back to Splinter Tree and then run south. I mean, yeah, there's the Hippogriff that killed me. Okay, yeah, I made some progress up here. My corpse is like right, I actually don't see my corpse. Where am I? Oh, there I am. Yep. Okay. These are so many Hippogriffs. Okay. I don't know where I entered combat from, but it's really bad. Okay, it was that thing. That's fine. Go, 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 go. No. I can actually take like 3 hits in those things. 4 almost. That's not so bad. I mean, like, I'm a little impressed with that. I'm just waiting to die so close up there. Like if I have to go 1 more death, let's say. I might actually make it this time. I might actually be able to res about here, and that pretty much gets me there. What do you say, 2249? So I'm pretty much going to go due north and just slightly to the east. I'm actually worried I'll die, and then it'll like put me on like this graveyard, like some stupid graveyard on the other side of the zone. I honestly don't remember the graveyards in Azshara. I haven't gotten this far in my druid yet. My druid is 43.5. Making progress, right? I'm almost high enough level to come to Azshara, honestly. Like, I'd probably not go there before, well, I'd probably like 47-ish before I'd really want to come to the zone, but I'm pretty close. So anyway, yeah, it's just like, welcome to the insanity that is... It was more the principle of it. Like, I would rather die 4 times to random mobs in a different zone and spend 20 minutes of my time than let a stupid Night Elf Hunter that's 5 levels above me get the jump on me and then presumably kill me. Like, I would rather just run away and let him think, oh man, he couldn't catch... And like, he might be like, ha ha ha, I chased that guy away. But I'm kind of hoping he's like, oh man, I couldn't even catch that shaman, that's annoying. Or like, I can't believe I let him get away. That would be my hope. So, we'll see. Anyway, I'm still. And the good news is, I don't have a hat. I was gonna say my helmet was off, so I don't have durability loss on that, but it's sad. What have I died 3 times now? Yeah, three, I think. So let me get over this hill here, or around it, or whatever. Thank goodness the moss hoofs are friendly. This would be much worse if those were also aggressive mobs. Nice, there's our camp. Am I all clear, though? I think so. Valor Mock. Sweet. We made it, folks. No quest for us. But we made it. Well, you know what? That'll save me a lot of time in like 8 months when we're back here. So, whatever. So, in that regard, that wasn't a complete, like, some of that time spent, I would have spent anyway in another 25 levels running up here. So all this really did was save me time in many, many months. So, plus some deaths. That's okay. So now we're flying back to Splinter Tree Post. I'm going to run south from there, report to Kadrak to turn in the Warsong reports, go west, kill Serena and some other Blood Furies, Blood Feathers that may be around there. Then that goes back to Crossroads. I'll probably run down to Crossroads to turn that in. Then I think, how do I want to do this? I should have done this quest while I was here. I should go do that quest while I'm here. Oh, you know what? No, I'm not going to go to Thousand Needles for a little while. Probably by the time I would do that, I would come back up here anyway, so I'm not going to do this quest. That doesn't make any sense. I do have the Marin Skyseer quest, but I think we go see around that area, see her anyway after we finish this Call of Water quest, so I'm not going to go see her yet. So Kadrak, Serena, Crossroads, Brine, who's down in the south part of the Barrens for the Call of Water quest. That's the order of operations. I was talking earlier about the not the rarest mob, but the mob that I faced down in down south of Camp Tarajo last episode. That mob, I found out there's like 4 mobs in the Barrens, and I've seen one of them. I think we saw one on this character even. Owatanka. I didn't know this, but if you kill Owatanka, I thought he was for a quest. But if you kill him, he just drops something just like the lightning. What do you call those things? I would call them like lightning lizards, but the lightning. I just said the name earlier. I'm forgetting now. What are those? Thunderhawks. The Thunderhawk named mob, whose name I'm also forgetting from last episode. You kill that guy, he dropped an item. That item started a quest to turn it in for easy experience. There's actually 3 more mobs like that. There's Owatanka, who's a thunder lizard. And I don't know what the other 2 are, but there's 4 of them. I looked them up because I was curious, like, what is that mob? Like, how did I never know about that quest before? And that's basically it. There's a few of them like that. They don't do much for you. If you look at, like, Wowhead, there's old comments that suggest that killing that mob gives you +2 spirit permanently, like a permanent stat upgrade to your character. It's not true. What it seems like it actually does is give you a buff that isn't actually shown on your character at all. For turning in the quest, I guess it is, not for killing the mob. And that each character gives you, each of those named mobs gives you a +2 spirit or something, some stat as a buff basically, but the buff isn't shown on your character, so your character screen, it'll go up, and there's no buff on your buff bar up here. So to you, it might look like a permanent stat increase, but if you die, you lose that +2 spirit. So it's just a buff that is not obvious. Look at how much looking for group spam is going on. This server, this is Grobulus. I've mentioned this before, but it's the North American, I would say the premier, but I have a lot of pride in this server. It's the premier North American RP PvP server. The other one is Deviant Delight, right? Deviant Delight came out after this one. That's actually East Coast time zone. This is a West Coast time zone. But this one's, I believe, significantly higher population. And, oh, Kadrak's down here. I always forget that. I love this server. Grabulous is I've had so much fun on this server. Alright, the War Song reports. We're turning it in finally. We've had this quest available to us for a long time. I can see that you are one that can be counted on. These updates are crucial to our plans to further our presence in Ashenvale. We can now plan our next move. Yeah, there's no follow-up to it, so it is what it is, but that was an easy experience. We have killed exactly 0 mobs. Is that true? We've really killed nothing? Yeah, we haven't killed any mobs yet this episode, which is bad because I have a lot of rested XP. Like, I have like maxed out rested XP right now, I think. Let's go. We'll kill Serena. We'll kill some blood feathers over there. That'll get us out of that. Some of that. It's been a really busy couple of weeks. This week's my last really busy week. After this week, my experiment schedule for my lab goes back to kind of a normal schedule, and my extra stuff related to work goes back to normal. So I can like finally just get back to other things in life. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I love my job. I like doing research all day. It's a great career, but these busy weeks, it's been like a busy month almost, are a little stressful. I wouldn't say stressful. It's just time consuming, you know. It's just like I have less time, fewer hours in the day available for other things that I would like to do. Finally got another tin vein. I just haven't seen very many. Finally hit 100 on minings. It's cool. Yeah, so it's a lot. Like this Friday, it's just the reason why this week's busy is on top of my normal workload. This Friday I have a presentation I have to give to my entire department at my university. And it's like a 45-minute presentation. It's not so much the presentation that's stressful to me, it's the preparation for the presentation. Like, today's Monday evening. I should be probably doing that instead of playing WoW, but I got home from from lab, had a little bit of time in my hands, and my wife's basically our neighbors. The two of them have been friends since grad school, and just so happens that we live near each other. So my wife's over at our neighbors. They're doing like lettering. It's kind of like calligraphy, but not as formal, I think. I don't really know. My wife's been doing that for a little while, and she's good at it. It's just like kind of fun and/or fancy ways to write things. I guess she could probably sell it to you better than I could, but her friend's into it also, so they're doing that tonight for a little bit. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of time to play a little bit of WoW. But anyway, so we're looking for Serena, by the way. She's like way up in the northwest side of this whole thing. It's not so much the presentation itself that makes me anxious. Like, I'm pretty confident presenting in front of people. Yeah, I get a little bit of like physiological nervousness. Like, yeah, I sweat a little bit more. Not like I'm like drenched in sweat, but, you know, I can just tell my heart rate goes up a little bit. I think that leads to a little bit more sweat. Nothing bad, but like, you know, my heart rate goes up a bit. That's kind of a normal physiological response, I think, to presenting something. It's fine. So whatever. Like, I'm not really worried about it. It's the preparation that's annoying. Like, it just takes a lot of time. It's Friday midday. Today's Monday night. I've got basically Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to put it together. And that takes a while. It takes a lot of my time on top of my normal responsibilities. So I'm just going to kill this Slayer, which will not give us any experience. And apparently I'm going to kill this mob too, probably. Oh, no, okay. So we're going to aggro that patrol that came through there, but we did not. Alright, and then Serena. This is an easy kill. I'm mostly doing the quest because I'm conveniently up here. I've been talking about when I do the quest for a while, but I just never gotten around to it. I'm going to re-pop that totem, because I think it's about to despawn. I'm just going to do this. But yeah, I just wanted to finish this quest off. It's an easy one, and I think the reward's not too bad. Alright, done. Boom. And some patch leather pants. Now, we'll turn this in. The reward for this is kind of a cool two-hander. But it's not really more DPS than what our Crescent Staff is, so like, yeah, it's not really worth it, I think. We need a better mace. This is a pretty weak mace. A level 9 mace is actually pretty bad. Like, when I think about it, I really like using a one-hander and shield, but I think there is a point where I need to switch back to my two-hander, because this DPS is, it's a level 9, like I'm level 23. This is basically something you would pick up in like, it's like the lowest level green you're gonna find almost, right? Like it's pretty low. And I forgot how bad that is. And so when I look at it, like, no wonder sometimes I struggle with stuff a little bit with killing mobs. Like if I switch to this, my DPS goes from, what is it, 24? Is it really only go up by 4? What? Does that make sense? Why is that? Does that make any sense? Hold on. Okay, my DPS right now is 24. 47 and 58 damage. Okay, hold on. Let's do this. Alright. Let's put Rock Biter on there. So my DPS goes to 37.1 from 24. So that's a huge difference. 37 from 24. So what would that be? It's more than a 50% DPS increase, right? That's a massive DPS increase. Like it's so big that I start to really question if having that shield makes any sense, right? I mean, does it even make sense anymore at this point? And it's been true, I guess, since I've gotten the staff. Like since I've gotten the staff, it would have probably made more sense to be using that for the most part. But I kind of like the damage mitigation, but now I'm thinking like maybe that's a mistake. Maybe I should be using the staff when I'm out and about. Because honestly, on top of that, it gives me 7 spirit, 7 stamina, 7 int, as opposed, so it's 6 more stamina, 1 more intellect, 4 more spirit. It was a lot of armor, like half my armor, but let's try the staff for a while. I guess the other problem is my skill. What's my 67? It's not awful. It's low, but it's not. What am I doing? Where am I going? I went like south. And this kept going straight south and never went over this way, but whatever. So, oh man. I sold those shiny fish scales. I was thinking, I was like, I don't want to keep those, but I should go grab those back from the buyback up here. Anyway, so I just need to prepare my presentation. It's a 45-minute presentation, which means it's probably going to be like 35 to 40 slides, which is a lot, but... And I've done none of it. Like I have literally 0 slides put together. I'm hoping to get started on that tonight a little bit after I finish up here. I'm going to play just like 1 episode and then kind of sit down and work through my presentation a bit. Probably work on that till about maybe an hour before I go to bed. Then I'm going to watch a little bit of TV with my wife, or just chat. Maybe not even watch TV, just hang out with her a bit. Go shower and then go to bed. Tomorrow's another long experiment day. It's just been a tough month. Like, it's a lot going on. So anyway, I don't know. I guess my point is, if it seems like I haven't put up a lot of videos recently, that's a big reason why. It's just things are slowing me down a lot in real life, which is kind of nice. Like on one part, like my excuse for not playing a video game, which I enjoy a lot, is because I'm doing a lot of things that I enjoy doing elsewhere in my life. Even if it's, I don't want to say mandatory, but like the presentation thing, I could do without that. It's fine. I don't hate it. It's just like, I'm not super excited about this specific presentation, so it's not like high on my list of things. We're gonna go up to Bolin up here, turn in our quest, and we're gonna fly to Camp T. Go hang out with Brian, turn in the Call of Water quest, or this part of the Call of Water quest, and then go from there. Ha! Well done, Supo, very well done. I wasn't sure you were up to the task, but you've proved yourself quite the cutthroat. Thank you again for helping us suppress the harpy epidemic. Here's your reward, use it well. Yeah, I don't think this axe is better than what we have. Oh. Okay, it's Stone Talon Mountain quest. The harpies are not from around the Barrens. They come from a place called Stone Talon. It's probably dangerous. I need this letter delivered. Yes. Is that even... Yeah, we'll grab that quest. Let's go hit up a vendor real quick. I've got these, like, healing gear things. Let's get rid of that axe we don't need and those woolies that we got. everything else I kind of will want eventually, so we'll hold on to it. Alright, we're heading down to Camp T. It is nice we got that Azshara flight point, that's pretty cool. So as always, I'll thank my Patreon supporters, especially Chris S. and Timothy B., my top level supporters that I've mentioned, I guess, for a while now, so sorry if you guys are annoyed by hearing their names, but it's one of the perks, so they get that perk, get that shout out. Yeah, I need to thank the Patreon supporters as always. Boy. I'm just thinking, I'm like, what else do I have to talk about right now? Oh, so for me, bad news, but it's okay. I think I mentioned from the get-go, this was a low chance, but I mentioned I had an application recently for a professorship position, and it was at a university that it's like literally the top 6 ranked in my field in the world. Like, it's very highly ranked in my specific field, so it's kind of a long shot anyway. It's very competitive. I applied, I had a first round interview. I thought that went well, but it's always hard to gauge that. They did tell me at that time that I was one of 8 people they were interviewing for that, and I think that was out of 100 to 200 applicants. So I was the top 8 out of 100 to 200 people. They interviewed me. As far as I could tell, it went well, but you know, it's always one of those things. I mentioned this before. I think afterwards, I thought of some things I could have explained better. But the long story short is they contacted me and said that they would not pursue my application any further. They were very polite, very nice, and they sent me an email. They're very nice about it. They didn't explain why. They said they invited 3 people. They didn't tell they're going to invite 3 people to go further on the interview process. They didn't. It's unfortunate. It's one of those things that's kind of the one, I would say, even annoying part of applications. So they were nice. They told me I was very competitive. They apologized for the delay in getting back to me. They said that it was because I was kind of my impression was sort of that I was on the cusp of being a candidate to go further, that they took a while to make a decision. But they didn't explain why I wasn't chosen, you know, if there was something obvious or not. So I replied and I thanked them for their time, because they spend a lot of time on these reviews of professors for university. It takes a ton of time. It's a lot of time out of their normal work routine. So they have to either get less done that they normally would want to do. There's Owatanka. I think he's a named mob that gives us a quest if we kill him. Or they just work later and compensate, you know. So, you know, I genuinely am appreciative of their time. So I thanked them and I said, you know, I wish them good luck on their search, which I am, because I really do hope they find a good candidate. But what I then asked was hey, can you give me any feedback at all as to why maybe my application wasn't good enough, my interview wasn't good enough, or maybe what stood out in the other applicants. And I said this would help me, you know, in case more openings come up in the future in their department. I would be interested, which is true, and maybe I could apply at that point. Owatanka's Tail Spike. This item begins a quest. Bring the Tail Spike to Jordan to Camp Taraho. Easy quest, easy life. Again, since we're right here, you know what? I'm not going to do that, because we're probably going to fly to Ratchet. So Owatanka also gives you a quest, and I don't know where the other 2 named mobs are. Oh, I do know one of them. One of them is a bug down here somewhere. I don't know exactly. There's a bug, a named bug mob. I'm probably not going to go get him now because I don't feel like it. So anyway, I emailed them and asked, you know, if there's any feedback they give me at all. Because maybe they say, you know, your research proposal, well, good, was not fleshed out enough, or wasn't enough detail. Or maybe they say, that's pretty basic level, I wouldn't expect that. But maybe they say something like, well, you know, you don't have enough high-level publications. You've published a lot of papers, but not enough of them are in really high-level journals, scientific journals. You know, that's tough. I can't fix that. I can't just snap my fingers and change that. I'm always working to try and publish better and better research. But it's kind of like, well, oh, by the way, these are kind of cool. These patrols over here, Marcus, Thora, and Hannah. I don't want to mess them right now. They're kind of beefy. They're all higher level and they're all elite, so let's not mess them. But Anyway, it'd be nice to have any feedback at all. Anything. Even if it's something I can't really control, at least the knowledge of that can hold some benefit, right? So I emailed them afterwards. This is a few days ago. They didn't reply. I'm not surprised. It's not necessarily expected or even reasonable to expect them to give me feedback for a lot of reasons. That stuff is often kept private. That's unfortunate for me, but like I don't blame them, you know. So it's kind of one of those things, kind of a black box where I'm not going to unfortunately get feedback. Probably it's only been a few days. It's possible they'll get back to me, but I'm not holding my breath. I do have another application out at another university that I'm a little more optimistic about, although it's still a long shot. But that one is, I always hate this hill here. This hill's annoying because there's two mobs here that both will aggro me. And there's like no easy way to get up this hill without aggroing them. But I don't, I have a little more optimism for this position, but it's still a very competitive one. So if I, don't even get an interview, a first round interview, I wouldn't necessarily be surprised. And there's another position at another university that I may be applying to soon. So if you've been following this channel since I probably started my first Let's Play series, my Orc Warlock, I think in 2015 in the fall. If you followed back then, and you remember all these stupid details of mine, you would know that at the time I was a PhD candidate. So I was a student studying for my PhD. And then in around May of 2016, I earned my PhD. And then I stuck around, did some research that summer. And then in August of 2016, I started my position as what I'm at now is a postdoctoral researcher. It's like a full-time scientist that has a PhD. I've been doing that for pretty much 3 years exactly now. And it's getting close to the time where I need to really be pushing to get out. Like, postdocs tend to run probably 5 years for a lot of people these days before they move on. And that's not bad for me. I'm going to be okay with that. But like, I don't want to wait until the 5-year mark to try to move on. Postdocs, in my opinion, are not ever supposed to be permanent positions. Very few people ever make them permanent positions. They're like internships for people with PhDs. That's what I kind of call them. Paid internships for people with PhDs. The pay's not bad, but I could probably double my salary in the next month if I wanted to, if I went and got a job in an industry position. But the money's fine. So I'm not really about the money. It's more about my career goals. But at the 3-year mark, it's a good time to really start pushing for applications to places. So that's what I'm doing now, is I'm really trying to keep my eyes open and not get stuck in my postdoc for 7 years or something. Like, I know people have done 7 or 8 year postdocs, and it's okay. I'm not like talking badly about them at all, but I don't want to do that for a lot of reasons. I want a more permanent position sooner than that. So enough about me. Call of Water. Do you have the water yet? Yes. Okay. Careful. Yeah. Okay. Wonderful, Soupa. With all 3 samples gathered, I can create for you a vial of the purest water any living creature will find. It will be used in the next steps of your rite of passage. I am pleased to count you among our kind, Soupa. You do all Shaman proud. I'm tearing up a little, and I look forward to hearing about your exploits in the future. Cool. The Water Sapta. Okay. Island will have one more task for you before rewarding you with your next totem. The vial of water I've given you is necessary for whatever that task is. Go now and find her. We shall meet again someday.
Farewell.
Let me make sure I'm like not mistaken that Island is... It's been like a week since I've done this quest, the beginning of this quest. Island is over here, right? But here's my question. Marin. I thought it was also over there. Well, now, I'm just gonna be a lame-o. Lame-o, jeez. I feel lame for saying lame-o. Okay, I'm just gonna be a cheater here. I'm gonna go to GameFAQs.com. I'm not going to GameFAQs.com, but I would call it GameFAQs. Like, how do you... I don't know if you've ever... So, the first message board that I really remember spending time on was GameFAQs, GameFAQs.com. I spent a lot of time on there. I had a couple accounts. My first account got banned because I was like, I think I don't know, 12 years old or 13 years old, and I posted something that apparently was against the rules, and I got permabanned. It is what it is. So Island, I'm double checking this real quick, is over here. So where is Marin? Because I thought... Hold on, I thought Marin was right near there also. Yes, they appear to be side by side, which is perfect. That makes sense to me. I tell you Marin, I don't know. Anyway, but back in like early 2000s, I'm talking like 2001 to 2004, I spent most of my internet time in terms of websites on GameFAQs or GameFAQs. And GameFAQs still exists. It's a great website for game FAQs. Some of the guides on there are incredible. They're like all text-based. I don't know if it's changed now, but they used to be all text-based. Like people use like ASCII art, like ASCII. Is that how you pronounce it? ASCII? I've never said it out loud. ASCII art. To like try and draw diagrams in these text files. It's really incredible stuff. Like go look at games from like the late 90s on there. Like look up your favorite video game from the PlayStation 1. Look up Metal Gear Solid, the first Metal Gear Solid. Go to GameFAQs.com, go to Metal Gear Solid, and it's incredible how in-depth those reviews are. The message boards on there were a blast too at the time. They're kind of, I assume, mostly dead now. But I definitely spent a lot of time on those. We're turning in the Owatanka quest, by the way. There is a new power behind your eyes. You have met with the mighty Owatanka, have you not? The thunder lizard Owatanka is called Blue Bolt by the Tauren, for within him resides a speed that belies his size. It is said that lightning struck Blue Bolt long ago and fed from the sky's rage. The great beast's energy is without limit. May his energy flow through you, Soupa, for you now keep pace with Owatanka. Sick. That was an easy experience. It was well worth my time. Now, let's fly to Ratchet.
Well met.
Ratchet, let's go. So, why am I talking about GameFAQs? It's wildly unclear to me why I'm talking about this right now. There was a reason for this. Oh, I went to Wowhead for double checking where Marin and Island were, just to make sure. I was pretty confident that they were in the same spot, but I wanted to verify before I get lost. And in doing so, I made a joke that, I'm going to look it up on GameFAQs. I bet there's actually really good articles or really good FAQs on GameFAQs. Hold on a sec. I bet there's really good articles on GameFAQs for Vanilla WoW, because that was when I would argue that GameFAQs was in its peak between like 1998 and 2003. And so even though it kind of was tapering maybe a little bit by 2004, 2005, Vanilla WoW would have still been such a big game that it would assuredly have picked up a lot of people writing things for it. I'm going to check that out. I really wonder what's on there, but it's pretty awesome. Anyway, I loved GameFAQs. It was so good. Such a good website. It got bought out by CNET, like CNET.com, which I don't even know if anyone knows what CNET is. And CNET is like, I feel like it's kind of fallen apart in the last 10 years. When CNET bought out GameFAQs, everyone on GameFAQs website like freaked out, thinking it was going corporate, it was selling out. The owner's name was CJC of GameFAQs. I don't know if this is his username, I don't know his real name, it probably was some form of CJC. But anyway, all this stuff happened and it turned out fine. I mean, in my opinion, there was definitely some major problems at the time, but like, well, that was like 15 years ago, and life moves on, I guess. But GameFAQs had this really cool message board called, I didn't really participate, but I was aware of it. So GameFAQs, the way it was split up was, it was kind of like Reddit, sort of, but just for games, and then a few social boards. But every single video game, pretty much, all the way down to like obscure things like the Vectrix system. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, probably not. It was like a vector-based graphic system. from like the 70s or 80s, which I've never even played. But the Vectrix, every game for that system had a page. Every page for that had a message board specifically dedicated to every game. Like individual games, their own specific message board. You could post messages. You could put up post cheat codes, post game FAQs, etc. Reviews for games. Really well done, I thought, how that was laid out. I love that. But there were also some social boards. And the social boards included something called Life, the Universe, and Everything, or LUE, L-U-E for short. That board had, I guess, gotten a lot of trouble over the years by posting things that were like borderline against the terms of service of GameFAQs. And they eventually got something called Black Lose Day happened. I think it's what they called it. I think it's what they named it, where they basically got quarantined, much like Reddit quarantining stuff nowadays. But it was more severe, where they quarantined it to the point... How do I get up here? I'm like forgetting how to get up this stupid thing. It got quarantined. I'm going to go around. And the quarantine... Who's texting me? Yeah, okay, got it. The quarantine resulted in no new accounts made after the day of the quarantine could ever join that message board again. So it was maxed out. However many people are already in the message board, that was it. And I think the accounts that already existed had to opt in to even see LUE at that point. And so basically, let's say there was 1 million people using LUE out of 10 million active accounts. That was the most it would ever be. And then as accounts got banned or people in real life died or left, that means fewer and fewer people would participate. And eventually LUE was going to die off. I think it still exists. I was there like 5 years ago and I took a look just quickly. I was like, still there. People still use it. Bizarre. Really funny, though. There's a lot of history of that weird message board. I think a lot of those people went and moved to Dig and Reddit, probably 4chan, etc. It's very interesting, though. I don't really, like I said, didn't participate really. I just kind of knew of it, but it's a long story. Let's talk to Marin first. My brother sent you, did he? Then you must have proven yourself to him. You have earned the respect of Jorn down in Camp Jiraho. Then you have my respect as well. Are you ready to tread further down the hunter's path? Sure. Bring the heart of Isha Awak to Marin Sky Seer. Isha Awak is... I'm just going to click through this. And we'll do this later. I don't remember where this is at, but we can find her. Island. Okay, Call of Water. Hello again, Supa. You're looking well. What brings you back to me so soon? A vial of water created and blessed by Brine, and gathered by you no less. The liquid in this vial will be key in creating a sapta for you, but also used in one other task. The sapta I create for you should be used to see the water spirits of the shrine in Silverpine Forest back to Silverpine, south of the Undercity. The remaining drops I will tell you about if you feel you are ready. Are you prepared for one more journey, Supa? Sure. We have a water sapta now. Defeat the corrupt manifestation of water and place the corrupted manifestation's bracers along the remaining drops of purest water on the brazier? I need to learn how to say that word. Of Everfount in Silverpine Forest. Along the coast of Silverpine, west of the Sepulchre, you'll find a shrine that has become tainted by the plague. The spirits there no longer speak to our people, and it will be up to you to defeat the manifestation and cleanse the pool. Take the elemental's bracers along with the remaining drops of Brine's potion and place them on the brazier. I really need to learn how to pronounce that. The ritual should be enough to summon a pure spirit for you to communicate with. Bring me proof the task is done, and I'll reward you with your totem. Okay. Well, I'm going to Hearth. We're going to call it a day. I'll move to Undercity. But that is all for today. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.